A blessed Saturday to us. One particular aspect when we talk about the natures or the dimensions of the divine is the word omniscient or omniscience, meaning all-knowing. And it is in this context that we get the expression or the word providence. And providence is connected, well, I am just trying to, to entangle the words. Because providence really is the ability to see ahead of time. In other words, being all-knowing, he sees practically who we are, what we need. And he practically is the future himself. He being eternal. That's why providence is one of the most beautiful words that we can actually summarize today's gospel reading. Not worrying of what to wear, what to eat, what to drink, precisely because God knows already before even we ask of it from him. But the most important thing that we have to do is to accept that we have so many needs, while at the same time we also have many wants. I don't know if you still, if you are still able to distinguish between what is a need and what is a want. Because there are so many things that the basic needs that we have: food, medicine, shelter, protection. But there are also wants that somehow come into our understanding and perception that they somehow are also very necessary. No? But these are the times when everything crisscrosses. Murabag magkabulabod na og sa Tagalog pa, no? But we have really to take into account what is so essential. And that essence, that the essential thing that we actually have to embrace is basically starting with doing the will of the Father. It is the will, according to Jesus in the Gospel of St. John, the will of the Father is my food. And this is where his providence will be more felt, will be more experienced, will be more realized. But this is, in a way, actually giving ourselves or putting ourselves into the will of God. Because according to the gospel reading today, if the birds are not forsaken, if the grass grows and even are clothed, more than Solomon in his splendor, how much more we who are created in his image and likeness. Now we are talking all about these things, what we need, God's providence. But it doesn't end unless or until we have to acknowledge his providence by being grateful. Now, we will go into a very long discourse about what's the difference between want and what's the difference between needs. Yeah, these are all practically, this is what we are all about. We are concerned. But have we thanked the Lord? Are we grateful even for the little things that he has provided us? In other words, we talk about providence, God's way of caring for us. There is also our end. Because providence can only be experienced and can only be understood through gratefulness. And since we are here in the context and we are celebrating the Eucharist, which is in itself our act of thanksgiving for the many things and the graces that God has given us, this is where we are in touch with God's providential care, concern, and love for each and every one of us. As the responsorial psalm would say, I will maintain my love for my servants. Amen.